The morning sun filtered through the dusty curtains of a small room where an alarm clock screamed endlessly at 6:30 a.m. Its shrill ring filled the silence, echoing through the cluttered space filled with half-read books, unfinished notes, and empty coffee cups. The alarm kept ringing, but the boy on the bed didn't move. His hand lazily crawled from under the blanket, slammed the snooze button, and silence returned. He whispered to himself, 5 more minutes. A small delay. A familiar lie. He didn't know that those 5 minutes were slowly becoming the difference between the life he dreamed of and the life he was drifting into. His name was Rohan, a college student with big dreams, a sharp mind, and a bad habit of wasting time. He wanted to do something great to become successful, respected, remembered, but his days were filled with endless scrolling on his phone, Netflix binges, chatting till midnight, and daydreaming about a future he never worked for. Every night, he planned. Every morning, he postponed. And slowly, time, that invisible thief, kept stealing pieces of his potential. College life was buzzing around Rohan, friends rushing to classes, students chasing deadlines, some buried in books, others in ambitions. Rohan wasn't dumb. In fact, he was one of the brightest in his class. But he had mastered the art of excuses. When friends studied, he said, "What's the hurry? I'll start tomorrow." When opportunities came, he said, "It's not the right time." When his parents asked about his results, he smiled, "Don't worry, I'll make you proud. Just give me time." Time. The very thing he was wasting like sand slipping through open fingers. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. Deadlines passed, opportunities vanished, and slowly, reality began to knock on his door. One day, his friend Mehul burst into the room, holding an envelope. "Bro, I got selected for the National Innovation Contest." Rohan smiled weakly. "Oh, wow. Congrats, man." Mehul grinned. "You remember, right? We were supposed to work on that idea together, but you never showed up." Rohan looked away. "Yeah, I was. Busy. Busy doing nothing." Mehul patted his shoulder. "You're smart, Rohan, but your problem isn't capability, it's commitment." Those words stung, but Rohan laughed it off. "I'll get my chance too." He didn't realize that chances never wait. They belong to those who are ready when time calls. That night, Rohan's mother called him. Her voice was gentle but tired. "How's your college, Beta?" "It's fine, Ma. Just busy." She smiled through the phone. "Your father's been working extra shifts. He said, once you get settled, he'll finally rest a bit." Rohan's chest tightened. He looked at the old family photo on his desk, his father smiling proudly, his mother standing beside him, both unaware of how little their son valued the time they had sacrificed. He remembered how his father used to say, "Time doesn't stop for anyone, son. Use it before it uses you." But Rohan brushed it off, scrolling through his phone again. Hours slipped away as reels replaced reality. He kept watching lives of others moving forward while his stood still. A month later, the college announced campus placements. Students prepared day and night. Rohan too decided to start tomorrow. But tomorrow came and went. On the day of interviews, he woke up late. The alarm had been ringing for 30 minutes before he finally opened his eyes. When he reached the hall, the door was closing. "Sorry, interviews are over," said the coordinator. Rohan stood frozen. His classmates were celebrating inside, holding offer letters, calling parents, crying with joy. He just stood there, watching. His name wasn't even on the list. That night, he sat alone on the terrace, staring at the city lights. The world seemed to move faster than ever, and he was still stuck. He whispered, "Why do I always run out of time?" But only he wasted time. The next morning, he wandered aimlessly around the city. He stopped at a small antique shop. Inside, an old man was polishing watches and clocks of every shape and size. "Looking for something, young man?" the old man asked. "I don't know. Maybe a new start?" The old man chuckled. "I only sell clocks, not miracles." Rohan's eyes fell on a strange-looking pocket watch, elegant, ancient, with fine carvings. "How much for that?" The old man smiled. "That one? It's not for sale, but you can have it if you promise to respect it." Rohan frowned. "Respect? A clock?" The old man leaned closer. "That clock doesn't show time. It shows your time." Before Rohan could ask what he meant, the man pressed the watch into his hand and said, "Don't waste it." That night, Rohan opened the pocket watch. But instead of regular time, it displayed a strange number, 0365, 0000. He laughed. "Weird clock. Looks like a countdown." The next day, it showed 0364, 11:58. He noticed the numbers decreasing every second. Days passed, and the countdown kept dropping. One night, he asked Mehul about it. "Maybe it's a glitch," Mehul said. "Maybe, but it feels different, like it's counting down my life." Mehul laughed. "Dude, you're overthinking." But something inside Rohan felt uneasy. He began noticing how fast time moved, days slipping away, people changing, opportunities fading. The watch became a silent reminder that his time was limited. One evening, his father called. "Son, I've been admitted to the hospital. It's just a minor heart issue, don't worry." Rohan rushed home the next morning. When he saw his father lying weak but smiling, guilt hit him like a wave. His father had spent years working extra hours so Rohan could have time to chase his dreams, and he had wasted all of it. He sat beside him silently. His father opened his eyes. "Don't cry, son. Just promise me something, make your time worth our time." That night, Rohan looked at the watch again. It read 02592310. The days were dropping faster. He didn't understand how or why, but one thing was clear: he couldn't afford to waste another second. From that day, everything changed. Rohan woke up before sunrise. He made a schedule, followed it, and pushed himself every day. The same phone that once distracted him became his tool, watching tutorials, listening to motivational talks, learning skills. He began writing down goals and finishing them on time. He applied for new projects, participated in competitions, and slowly started standing out again. His friends were shocked. "Bro, what happened to you?" He smiled. "Time happened." He wasn't perfect. There were days when he felt tired, when he wanted to give up, but every time he looked at that watch ticking down, it reminded him every second counts. And so, he worked harder than ever. Months passed. Rohan's progress was remarkable. He got selected for a national startup contest, the same one Mehul had once attended. He called his mother with tears of joy. "Ma, I did it," she cried on the phone. "Your father will be so proud." But time had one more lesson for him. The night before his final presentation, Rohan's father's condition worsened. He rushed to the hospital, clutching the watch in his hand. His father smiled weakly. "Don't cry, son. Go give your presentation. Time waits for no one." Rohan hesitated. "But promise me," his father interrupted, "you'll not waste a single second again." With a heavy heart, Rohan nodded and left. He reached the auditorium just in time. His voice trembled, but his conviction was strong. He spoke about innovation, consistency, and the value of time. The audience listened in silence, every word echoing truth. When he finished, thunderous applause filled the hall. He had won. But as he looked at the watch, the countdown hit 0000. 01, 0000. He didn't understand until his phone rang. It was his mother. Through her tears, she said, "Your father is gone." The watch stopped ticking. Rohan fell to his knees. The crowd disappeared. Time froze. He returned home. The house felt emptier than ever. He sat by his father's chair, the watch clutched in his hand. Then he noticed the numbers had changed. It no longer showed a countdown. Instead, it displayed a message. "Now you know the value of time." Tears rolled down his face. He finally understood. The watch had never been counting his life. It was counting the moments until he realized what time truly meant. Every tick wasn't death approaching, it was life passing. His father's last words echoed in his mind, "Make your time worth our time." Years later, Rohan became a motivational speaker, teaching thousands of students across the country about time, purpose, and self-discipline. He started a foundation called The Last Hour, helping young people learn how to manage their time and unlock their potential. In every speech, he carried that same pocket watch. He would hold it up and say, "This watch taught me the greatest truth. Time doesn't stop, but you can start." He'd pause, looking at the audience. The clock is always ticking. The question is, are you? One day, after a seminar, a young student came to him. "Sir, I keep wasting time. I can't focus. I don't know where to start." Rohan smiled and placed the pocket watch in his hand. "Take it," he said. "It's your turn now." The boy looked confused. "What if I waste it again?" Rohan replied softly. "Then time will teach you like it taught me." As the boy walked away, the old man from the antique shop appeared in the crowd. He smiled at Rohan. "I see you finally respected it." Rohan blinked. The old man vanished. He looked up at the sky, whispering, "Thank you for giving me time to understand time." The wind blew gently. Somewhere, a clock ticked steady, eternal, indifferent. Because time never stops. It only moves forward. The question is, will you? Moral: time is the most powerful thing in life. It cannot be paused, replayed, or borrowed. It rewards those who respect it and punishes those who waste it. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose friends and find new ones. But once you lose time, it's gone forever. So stop waiting for someday. Start now, because your countdown has already begun. Now, tell me what you have learned in this story. And subscribe this channel if you truly want to change yourself to build the life that you have dreamed.